Here's a little update. Something they don't show you in the kit when you buy it. You got to take your old steering knuckle off. I'll show you what I did over here. I'm glad I kept all this old crap. I basically had just kept it just in case I needed any nuts and bolts. I'd have them. I didn't actually think I was going to have to steal any brackets off of it. But my steering knuckle that was right there, as you can see on this one, this is the passenger side. You have to take this off and put it on your new drop spindles. I figured I was going to have to go to the hardware store and figure out what thread pattern these drop spindles had, but go figure. In the kit came these 4 random bolts that originally I wondered what in the world does that go to and why. Well, they may not tell you that you got to do this, but at least they provided the bolts to do it. Something to keep in mind is there's 2 different length bolts as well, and if you put the wrong one, well, you know what's going to happen. It's going to go right into your rotor. So far I got it on, all on. Obviously I'm not going to put this back on there in this condition. There ain't nothing wrong with it, but I'm going to have to media blast it, and I don't know if I'll go gloss black or if I'll go red. I may go either silver or red, black. I don't want it to stand out too much, but I also don't want it to be like anybody else's and whatnot. As you can see, I've done the whole front half of the frame, or more than half, but how I had it sitting outside, I couldn't do much more than this. Once I get the front end mobile and all put back together, which this is just trial and error right now, pre-fitment of everything. I still haven't even started on this side. This is just sitting here. So you go from this to everything you see on that side. One thing I'll make a video about, these cheaper version, eBay version of these control arms, what they don't show you is that a typical spring compressor like this, made for these old cars, well, you got to put this up through the center of the spring, obviously. It goes right up like this. You get the point. It has to drop out the bottom where the gas shock goes. Well, it don't fit. You have to get up in there. Let's see if I can get in here with my video. You see inside there? All 4 corners. I had to ream those suckers out. With this handy dandy carbide bit right here. This 1 horsepower snap-on angle grinder. Highly recommend this angle grinder. Sucker's a beast. I've put it through its paces for a good 3 years now. Still runs like a champ. I know I got distracted, but I ain't quite figured out how this whole contraption's supposed to mount up yet. I don't know. I'm trying to find some... Oh, lovely. I'm trying to find some pictures of other people's builds, but I ain't had any luck just yet. I'll screw that. Put it right over here. Got my gas line tubing. I'm going to do my own tubing, flare my own ends. Got new U-joints, body bushings. Had all this stuff for a long time now. It's all been in storage. Just because I never took the body off the car. But I decided it's time to at least put together the stuff I have and stop letting this thing turn back into rust. like I'd done before. But the whole frame looked this bad. I mean, this car was rough. We had a flood here in Tennessee, set out in the field. It was a one-owner car by a older lady. The car was built in New York, brought down to Tennessee, bought brand spanking new at Eveready Motors here in Waverly, Tennessee. I bought it from her. 1968 Impala, 327 double hump heads. It's a fastback, two-door. Floor pans just rotted out. Lower quarters, lower everything had to be replaced. I spent years doing that, lizard skin. Once I get to that point, I'll make more videos showing the interior and all the stuff that I've done. I have photos, but I don't have videos other than my son helping me along the way. But as soon as this front end is fully together and mobile, I'm gonna jack the back up and start on it, do all the rust removal, cleaning up, probably gonna cross section weld this rear end so it's a little stronger. Even though it's a crush zone, it'll still be a crush zone. It'll just be beefed up a little more. I'm highly considering doing a cross section in the center of this frame. Even though this is going to be a cruiser, I know how I am. And if I ever decide to put more power to it and get a steady income coming in, there's a very good likelihood that more power is going to go to it. I just know that, and I want it to be 100% strong and reliable. And that's kind of why I'm going with this right here. Got a pretty good 327 short block, fully built, eagle rods, forged pistons. I done forgot who they are. Ken Block, I think it is. Does that sound make sense? Eagle crank. More than likely, eventually gonna go forced induction. We'll see if I go supercharged or not. That's it for now, guys. Any questions? Feel free to shoot them to me. There's my fenders in there, trying to keep them rust free. Any questions at all, just shoot them to me. Any suggestions, I'm wide open. Please subscribe and keep up with this build. I know there's not too many out there, and I appreciate any input you give. Thank you. Bye.